I am joined by Taylor Baseball head coach Kyle Gould to look ahead to the 2022 season for he and the Trojans. Kyle, we can see it's beautiful weather as you and the team are out in Arizona. Give us a quick little weather report out there in Mesa.
Yeah, the high's been between 70 and 77 every day. So it's been a good trip.
That's pretty good. And then we'll go to pitching coach Justin Barber for traffic on the sixes later. Uh,
Yeah.
what are the benefits for starting the season, whether it's been in Florida like you did for a couple of years or like you have been out in Arizona for the last couple as well?
Well, we just have a unique opportunity with J term. And unfortunately, we had to leave a few guys at home who have classes that have to be taken over January term. But for the most part, the guys adjust their schedule, and obviously, it's not hard to convince them to come to Arizona for a couple of weeks in January. So, I think the obvious, getting to be outside, getting to practice baseball. But I think we put the guys in houses, and they get to spend that time together and buy groceries together, cook food together, climb a mountain together. They're doing Bible study in the morning together. But just the ability for them to be together is an incredible experience, and what we get to do on the field is great as well. And then, this week we're going to get to start the season with some great competition.
You mentioned cooking. So who's the best cook amongst your players, or who have you heard has been the best cook amongst
Yeah.
your players?
I heard Cy Stanley had a great effort last night. You just kind of catch bits and pieces of things in the van. Since they're baseball players, you normally hear who the worst ones are. They usually take some abuse, but I think the guys enjoy it, and it's one of the best things we do is just get these guys out here and have a couple of weeks of just great experience together.
The Trojans went 37-20 last year, third straight season with at least 37 wins and the 14th straight winning record for the program. What do you try to build on from 2021?
Well, I tell the guys this every year. I don't believe in carryover. I don't think because A happened last year that A will happen this year, or because B didn't happen last year that B won't. 2 years ago, the year that was cut short with COVID, we're off to an incredible start offensively, and hadn't quite maybe gotten our footing on the mound quite yet. And I think last year, we led the country in strikeouts during the regular season, and offensively, it's not that it's just uneven. We'd have really big days, and then struggle. There just wasn't a lot in the middle, and just probably weren't as consistent as we'd like. So, what I hope we build on is we got such a great start last year, and guys performed well. And this year's team is really different in a lot of ways, and it's really similar in a lot of ways. But I think when you take that approach, then every year becomes a really fun challenge, and that's the way we're looking at it this year.
You mentioned the pitching being the strength. A year ago, the staff ranked top 5 in the nation in both opponent batting average and strikeouts, and they were 9th in the NAI in team ERA. A lot of good arms return from that group. What are the expectations going in?
Well, Justin does such a great job with the pitchers. We lost some guys. Joe Moran was pitcher of the year in the league. Mitch Hubler was 3-time relief pitcher of the year, one of the best guys, one of the best careers with Mitch. And, Joe was a one-year guy. Tucker Waddup's had a great career. Garrett Simmons, when he was healthy last year, was incredible. So, a couple things we've got. I think our starting pitching will be one of the strengths. We've got Noah Houston back and Luke Shively back on the rotation. Drake Gongwer's back. So we have 3 fifth-year seniors there, and then Matt Dukowski will be a starter as well. And those are the 4 guys we're going to go with, and they're all very experienced in their own ways in different roles. Drake was, great for us out of the bullpen last year. He's going to go back to the rotation where he was early in his career. I think the other thing you'll see is some guys who didn't have as bigger roles last year because we were so deep. Luke Carlson will be back, of course, one of our better guys in the bullpen. Jack Ross is going to get a lot more opportunities this year, and has done a good job. We certainly like some of our freshmen, and you're gonna see them in there early. And Michael Pronarski's a grad transfer, and we're hoping for big things from him as well. So we're hoping, like every baseball team in the country, you want your pitching to lead you. So we're no different with that.
Well, one of those guys leading the charge is Noah, like you mentioned, first team All Crossroads League a year ago, and had the best ERA in the Crossroads League at 2.05. He went from, as a freshman, just 1 varsity appearance and 2 innings pitched, to what he's done both last year and in the COVID-shortened year of 2020. What's it been like to have a front row seat to watch him go from what he was as a freshman up to what he's been last year?
Yeah, it's an incredible story. I think it's one we'll tell every freshman who doesn't have the role they want forever. As long as I'm here. Noah is just an incredibly driven, brilliant, very intentional with his work. And so him and Drake spent a summer out at Eric Cressy's place in Boston, which had a big impact on his career. He got healthy. He came back, had a good sophomore year out of the bullpen, did some things well. And then the COVID shortened year was really getting going, had a big win early in the year over Westmont out here in Arizona. And then last year just took it to another level. And, I think he's as good as anybody in the NAI, and we expect big things from Noah.
Offensively, a lot of pop in the lineup, and a lot of guys come back that were in the batting order a year ago. I know it's different watching guys in the cages to what they've been doing out there on the fields in Arizona. So what does the offense look like after a lot of doubles and home runs a year ago?
Yeah, I think even last year, as some guys maybe had off years, like I think we have good players. I think they work incredibly hard. They care a ton. And some guys probably were a little off last year, maybe just a little uneven is a better way to say it. But they've worked really hard at it. They worked hard to add to the things they do well and to improve on the things they don't. So I think we're going to have a good mix, the same as our pitchers. We'll have everything from, in our opener, we'll have everything from true freshmen to fourth, fifth year guys in the lineup. And so it's just a very balanced team age-wise across the board. And I think we have some athleticism, some guys who can run, and certainly some guys who can hit for power. And we've been really, really happy with the way the team is defended, not this fall, but also out here. And again, we can pitch it the way we want to, and these guys keep defending at a high level. I think we're going to be really good.
Last thing, Kyle, what are some of the goals for the team out there in Arizona? You're going to play great competition like you always do out there. And baseball's a really, really long season. So what are some of the goals for these first handful of games out there in the desert?
Yeah, I mean, you want to take kind of a longer look to it, but the short term, you want to go out and play well and compete and have a chance to win every game you play. And so it is a long season. We have 5 non-conference weekends and then 9 conference weekends. So 14 weekends of baseball, and tomorrow we're going to start weekend 1. And you just want to. I don't want to say, well, we want to figure out what we have, because we think we know what we have. Guys were really intentional in fall baseball, and with their winter workouts, we've got to see them for 2 weeks. So we're not necessarily searching, but you want your guys to come out and compete against teams from all over the country. And, if you play well out here and beat some good teams and continue that through the month of February, you put yourself in a position to have a good seed in the national tournament. You put yourself in position to be an at-large candidate if you don't win the league. But ultimately we want to play at the highest level we can, and then every weekend go out and try to push that level a little bit higher. So just excited to get going. It's going to be beautiful weather, and, getting to play, 2 teams from California, a team from Arizona, a team from Kansas. Just a great opportunity to play people from different parts of the country and different styles, and just excited to get out and see what they can do.
You mentioned the month of February. We're all here on the Taylor campus hoping you bring some of that Arizona warmth back. And I'm sure you do too when you guys open up at home on February 18th against Siena Heights, right?
We if Dr. Lindsay is listening, we have a lot of volunteers to start Taylor University Mesa campus. So we are willing to stay out here and, be pioneers, if you will, and get this thing started. But yeah, I think we hit the bad way. I think we left at the right time. And so it's been just perfect weather out here, and we're hoping it warms up a little before we get back next weekend.
Kyle, thanks for the time. Good luck out there in Arizona. We'll see you back here for the home opener on February 18th.
Okay, appreciate it, Rick. Thanks a lot.
That is baseball head coach Kyle Gould joining me today. For more up-to-date information on Taylor baseball, just log on to TaylorTrojans.com.